What's up, you Tubanites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the CovrPrice comic book shakers of the week. Once again, look at that. We got a new face on the Shaker Show. My man Justin was able to step in. Jack had a previous engagement he had to take care of, so Justin stepping up to the plate as a relief pitcher. So, we'll get the party started immediately because Justin has to go and do some stuff. So I'm lying. I'm going to play music. Come on. I'm going to play music. So, but I'm not going to play a super long one. So, we'll just go a little bit something shorter here. You know what I mean? As soon as I find it right here. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. As Justin goes through
so
my StreamYard, he can tell
welcome,
I have a ton of
Justin,
stuff.
man. We got celebrity status up in here right now. Your podcast, by the way, is on my playlist. I get notifications and it's fantastic. Anybody that's watching this show right now, if you're not listening to the Comic-Con podcast, you're absolutely missing out.
That's right. All right, boys and girls, while you guys are congregating, sit back, relax, and listen to some DJ Pimp.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Pimp, when you're ready, your 6 minutes starts now. Check this out.
All right. Short and right to the point. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the live chat. This is the CovrPrice comic book shakers of the week. As I go scroll through my a million graphics that I have. This list comes from our friends from CovrPrice.com, focusing on new sales or the most interesting sales found on their exclusive daily shakers list. This list changes several times every day, so make sure you check it out every day to review some of the hottest trending books on the market. And make sure you stick around after we go over these 10 books. And we'll see what's shaking today. This one is an interesting one, to say the least. There are some really, I think you have a chance for one or two, conservatively. Once again, the show is sponsored by our friends at CovrPrice. For your price guides, collections, and trends, you go over there. If you for the price of a
McRib,
there you go. You too can get a full-blown membership. Also, our sponsored by our friends at CuriousComics.com. Use discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the Curious Comics exclusive store. This, although we were off this day, this dropped yesterday, and it sold out in 5 minutes. So, and you could use your LOTLB discount and get 15% off.
I have a question about the LOTLB discount because I feel like it never expires. I've just kind of used it multiple times, and that's okay, right?
Yeah, it goes on forever and ever.
I've been using it.
It's awesome, man.
3 years.
I mean, it's not just a one-time use type of thing. It's like any book, anytime, any of these releases that we're showing on the screen, it's good for those.
Chris told me this sold out in 5 minutes yesterday, so
didn't even know it dropped.
Tomorrow, though, we have a little something different dropping. This is dropping. This is I don't know. I need to read it because I'm not too familiar with these Pokemons and Pokemans and all that other stuff. So basically, this is
So they dropped the first one. The Vermilion is
yeah, and this is the evolved Venom Pokemon. So you know, and these were pretty hot when they came out. So you can get the trade dress and the Virgin. Actually, this one to me, you know, sometimes trade dress looks better than Virgin. The Virgin is definitely the one to get. Look at Venom looking crazy. Look at that. Looks like he should be attacking Westeros or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there you go.
Venomzard.
Venomzard, yeah. All right, boys and girls. So this is CovrPrice, where we look at the Shakers list, where we look at the biggest sales or most interesting sales. So it's not units sold; it's just things that kind of jump out at us. And so, you know, and a lot of times our friends over at CovrPrice like to, you know, pull out some really weird ones to mess with you, I think. So, AKA the offer list. All right, what do we got for number one?
Oh man, here we go over. Number one, we've got Air Fighters Comics issue number 2, originally published in 1943 from Hillman. Now, this classic Golden Age cover has become highly sought after these days. Aside from its age and classic good girl art, Dave Stevens' homage of this cover in Eclipse's 1986 Airboy 5 has also increased in popularity and price, therefore shining a light on this, the original cover. Now, Airboy first debuted in 1942, Volume 1, Air Fighter Issue 2, and the series ran across multiple publishers through the 80s. One key character of this series was Valkyrie, and her girl squadron, the Air Maidens. Initially a pilot for the Nazis, Valkyrie had a change of heart and turned against them after witnessing their cruelty. Saving Airboy, she became his ally and a recurring supporting character. Now, this week, a 0.5 graded copy of her first appearance hit a new high of $500 and has sold as high as $2,350 for a CGC 6.0. Man, 0 for 1. But look at that cover, dude. She's smoking.
That is a 0.5, boys and girls. That's not a typo.
5.
Yeah, I actually have the other one that you're referring to, the Airboy or number 5, that one by Stevens, and you know that one is dope. Too bad. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Dave Stevens.
Rest in peace to some members of the community. Sam from Sam's Tangled Web.
Yeah, Sam's Tangled Web, man.
The Lawman. We've had some community members recently pass, and rest in peace to them also.
Sam's Tangled Web has been on YouTube longer than pretty much anybody I know. At least he's been on YouTube doing comics for 14 years. So rest in peace into the great beyond, my friend. May you get all CGC 9.8s wherever you are right now, man. All right, so Air Fighters Comics issue number 2 from 1943, a 0.5 for 500 boleros. All right, here's something a little bit different. What do we got next?
We got a newer issue. We got a Deadpool number 11. This is the Hastings exclusive 8-bit variant by Matthew Waite from Marvel Comics in 2013. So collectors are always asking what's the next expensive variant, which so much is unpredictable in the market. It's hard to tell. However, this Deadpool 8-bit Mario Brothers Hastings variant is the perfect candidate. This week, a raw copy sold for $99.98. Now, this isn't news. It's been this price for more or less over the past 5 years. However, with such a boom in the video game market for video games and video game-based comics, this is due for a jump. There's a bunch of 8-bit covers out there. Deadpool does have the Taco Time 8-bit variant for issue number 27. Valiant did a bunch of 2013 across all of its titles, and the super rare and pricey one, which is really nice, the DuckTales number 1 Nintendo homage, which was the first to start the trend. However, nothing is more classic or hotter than Mario Brothers when it comes down to it.
Yeah, so when these 8-bit variants came out, nobody really cared much, right? But, you know, nowadays with the world of video games grading, and we've seen it every day on the Shakers list and on the CovrPrice top 10 list, any homage to like video games, anime, manga, I mean, it's just as I said, read the tea leaves and eat McRibs and you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. So Deadpool number 11, the Hastings. Man, are they still around, Hastings?
No,
I don't know.
No,
Great
well,
comment, by the way, in the chat. Oilers Workshop says, I can hear this cover. Can't you? Right? Yeah.
All right, what do we got up next?
Oh, man, we're moving right along. Next up,
This
we've
is
got,
gnarly.
this is a crazy cool cover. You guys ready for this one? Phantom Star Killer, issue number 1, The Red Amparo, 2021 Dallas Fan Expo foil variant, limited to 250. Just published in October of 2020 from Scout Comics. Now, limited to 250 copies. This exclusive Santa Reed Amparo, aka S. Red Amparo or Red Amparo, was only available at the Art Germ booth during the Dallas Fan Expo, except for about 50 copies what were sold on Art Germ's site. Now, this Phantom variant also has a brother book with Count Dracu Knuckle Duster number 1, also an S. Red Amparo.
Wait. Can you repeat that name again?
You ready? Count Dracu Knuckle Duster number 1.
That is one of the best names ever. Go ahead.
Right, I practiced that one. Now, that's also an S. Red Amparo cover and was only available at MegaCon, also limited to 250 copies, and is still available on Art Germ's site. We may have to look that one up. S. Red Amparo is a digital illustrator from the Philippines and trained under Stanley Art Germ Lau. Seeing how these are her first comic covers and how amazing they are, S. Red Amparo is an artist to keep a close eye on. There aren't many sales out there except this one this week for $125 raw. And we absolutely love this cover and think it could have some future traction. I love this cover too, man. That is fantastic.
I've
Really
always
nice.
said, man, there are some great artists coming out of Asia, especially the Philippines for the longest time. I mean, now China, Japan, Korea, but for the longest time, you think about Wills Portacio and cats like that from the 90s. I mean, they were Filipino Americans. They're big into comic books. And, that leads right into my segue of this. Dreamwalker goes on sale February 14, 2002 on Second Skin. SecondSkinComics.com. The website will be up soon, and this is from a Filipino team. Mikey Sutton is half Filipino, and Noel Leighton Flores is Filipino. He's also the graphic designer for the Voltes 5 live action adaptation, and he's going to be doing the internals. So look out, man. So stay tuned. I do believe Second Skin Comics has a Instagram and Twitter now, so they're really doing things. So February 14th, it's going to be on sales exclusively on the website. So shameless plug for my friend Mikey Sutton there. So all right, so Phantom Star Killer. That's a dope name too. Number 1, 125 for a raw dog. All right, what do we got up next? This one is interesting.
Yeah, where's Manimal for this one? So you
Exactly.
got
I was like, man, well, you got to be on the show.
Should have been
Sensational Spider-Man 23, the Kansas City Chiefs variant from Marvel Comics in 1996. So remember the days when everyone would receive an exclusive Spider-Man variant comic book as you entered a stadium to see a professional NFL game? Nope. Well, it did happen in 1996 at a Kansas City Chiefs game. The Chiefs wide receiver, Andre Rice, was a huge Spidey fan, and after a touchdown, Andre would mimic the character by pretending to shoot webs from his hands and was effectively given the nickname Spider-Man by ESPN's personalities Chris Berman. Though it didn't stick, as he mostly referred to as Bad Moon, the connection created a Spidey craze, and there were so many Chiefs merchandise with Spider-Man on it, specifically with Andre's jersey number. Marvel recognized his fanfare and celebrated it by producing this exclusive comic that included a congratulatory letter written by Stan Lee to Andre. It's a fantastic book featuring an original wraparound cover featuring Spider-Man's mask right there on screen. And this week, it sold for $99 for a raw copy. It was the first sale we've ever seen for it. There are 0 copies graded on the CGC census. So, man, if you're a Chiefs fan, I feel like this is something you've got to get, right?
Yeah, Manimal.
Right?
Okay, so for those of us who've all been to football games, getting a comic book out of the stadium after
Right?
tailgating or drinking in any
That's why you
type
don't
of
buy a
good
program.
condition.
That's why you buy a
yeah,
program in the parking lot so you can leave it
exactly.
in the car.
I mean,
right?
most
Funko.
football. yeah, most football fans are probably like, oh, cool. And they fold it up, put it in their back pocket. Who knows? There's probably beer on it, nacho cheese on it, all kinds of other stuff. Man, if a 9.8 ever went to market, this would be crazy. You know what? I totally forgot that Andre Rison played for the Chiefs, because I always remember him for playing for, I believe, the Falcons, right? And wasn't he was dating the girl from TLC and she burned down his house?
Yep.
A little pop culture for you there. You know, you learn a little bit of something every day. So Andre Bad Moon Rising. So Sensational Spider-Man number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs variant. Manimal, if you don't go out and get this, we will disown you. Just kidding. But you should get this. You should get this, man. You got to go out and find this thing. All right. So there you go. Sensational Spider-Man number 23, the Kansas City Chiefs variant. So who knows? Maybe there'll be a Mahomes variant. You know, he's been pretty hot. So, all right. What do we got up next?
All right. Help me with the pronunciation. How do you say this one?
Sentai.
Sentai issue number 2, originally published in 1994 from Antarctic Press. Now, while the rare Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Fruit of the Loom Premium number 1 holds the honor of being the first appearance of the Power Rangers in comics, this Antarctic Press fan size gets the honor of second appearance and is far easier to find. While the Fruit of the Loom book hit a high raw sale of $1,900 back in March of 2021, this week's sale of $2,300 for a CGC 9.0 for Sentai marks an all-time high for the book and is officially giving Fruit of the Loom some tough competition. I've never even seen this book before.
I was going to say that it's giving Fruit of the Loom some tight competition. Oh, wait now. 1, 2, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're halfway there, boys and girls. So, as we always do when we're halfway
comments
through
on this, TiVo? You don't want to make any comments on this comic book? No love for the Power Rangers?
No, I was already drinking and banging broad, so I was like,
all right,
my little brother loves them though, so you know what I mean. I appreciate pop culture for what it is, but it's just I'm 50 years old, so in 1994 I was 23. Was that my bad math? Anyway, while you guys are take a little 30-second break here to talk about our sponsor, MySlabs.com. Tired of paying 10%? Join the 1% revolution.
Tired of paying 10%, 15%, or more to sell your cards, comics, and digital collectibles? How does 1% sound? Too good to be true? Well, not anymore. MySlabs.com is the web's premier user-driven marketplace for buying and selling slabbed cards, sealed wax, and now slabbed comics and digital collectibles. So the next time you're forced to pay 10% or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com and join the 1% revolution.
Yeah, check out MySlabs.com if you want to sell slabs, graded trading cards, waxed slab. What was I saying? Sealed wax.
Sealed wax.
Okay, so here's how I know that the trading card market has really jumped the ship. There was a guy on the Joe Rogan show, right? If you watch the Joe Rogan podcast, and he gave Joe Rogan a Dr. Fauci PSA 10. They considered that Dr. Fauci's rookie card. Remember when he threw out that horrible first pitch? He has a trading card. So, so when and this guy came out and he just gave it to him. And Joe's like, what is this? He goes, trust me, just, it's, trading cards are booming right now. So it's interesting how, our thing, when I say our thing, I mean, collectibles, be it baseball cards, football cards, Star Wars cards, comic books, graded games and everything. It's like, hey, mainstream is starting to notice these things. And you're noticing big hedge funds and these other companies are backing play, especially NFTs. I mean, it's getting crazy, man. So, geek is chic now. You know what I mean? There you go. So Sentai number 2 from Antarctic Press for $2,300 for a 9.0. I can't even imagine finding this damn thing anywhere at all. If you have this, post it on Instagram with proof of life, and I will send you something. You know what I mean? There you go. All right. So from Sentai number 1, we go to something a lot older.
I'd say 130 people in this don't have this book. Submariner Comics #2 from Marvel/Timely Comics in 1941. What else do you do in the classic Golden Age covers other than, good old Captain America getting in some action? This one has it all. You've got on Alex Scheinberg World War II cover with Submariner kicking ass and taking names on both the Japanese and Nazi forces. There's also a story done by a little-known writer called Stanley, which probably counts for something. This week, Submariner 2 had a record high sale in a CGC 3.0 for $4,080. This is not a book that sells very often, and the last sale was in 2009 for only $828. But regardless, this was a strong sale, just a couple $1,000s shy of an overall record sale of $6,600 set by a CGC 6.5 in November of 2020. Keep an eye out on those World War II Alex Scheinberg comic covers because the demand for these can become stronger than ever with new records setting weekly.
I can't believe somebody had a 6.5 on this book from 1941. Yeah. It amazes me. It's like, how the hell? You have a time machine. You went back in time and you bought it.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? Yeah. All right. So Submariner Comics issue #2 from Marvel, July 1941, right in the dead of World War II, man. All right. We go from Submariner to something interesting. CovrPrice was in the live chat trolling people, by the way, talking about it. What? You don't have this book? What is it?
I'm telling you, I had this book. I know somewhere I have this book. Spider-Man India #1, originally published in 2005 from Marvel Comics. Now, back in June of 2021, rumors circulated that Spider-Man India would appear in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. Now, while this remains unconfirmed, this former dollar book, and yes, it was a dollar book, $55 for a 9.8, shot up like a rocket to a high sale of $999 for a CGC 9.8. Now, usually that's a red flag. However, the market value has only moderately dropped to a 9.8 FMV of $683, with a high sale of $725 this week. So, while that one sale was crazy, it turns out it wasn't that crazy in such a minor drop-off. A confirmation should help it reach that high. Man, this was a dollar book, bro. I had like a couple of these. If I can't find it, saved my life. I think I sold it for $1.
Actually, it looks like 4 people have this. So kudos to you guys, man, who got on the board with this. I mean, I love the cover, how it looks like this digitally painted cover for it. Looks pretty dope, man. Yeah, I mean, back then, who was buying Spider-Man India #1 in 2005? 2005 was almost the dark ages. We haven't quite rebounded yet. I would say 2007 or so was really when comic books really started picking up. And I think, at least in my opinion, I think it was The Walking Dead really reinvigorated the market when The Walking Dead came out. That's, right around that time. So Spider-Man India #1 from 2005, $725 for a 9.8. Jeez. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, JB's going to be knocking himself for this one. All right, here's a cult classic.
Tank Girl #1 with the Mizuka. Oh, geez. The missile bazookas. I was trying to combine those words. From Dark Horse Comics in 1991. It's been a long day, folks. Back in 2019, it was announced that Margot Robbie's production company, Lucky Chap Entertainment, picked up the rights for Tank Girl in November of 2020. An update noted that this project was on hold due to COVID. Margot Robbie has been on record stating that she has been a massive fan of the comics. So there's still a chance with this eventually coming to production. Either way, this week, first issue for her first series hit a new high sale for a CGC 9.8 of $1,149.95.
When the first film came out, it was one of those back then when movies came out based on a comic book, it didn't move the market at all. And you know what? That movie has a certain charm to it. I don't know what it is, right? Who was the actress that played Tank Girl?
Lori Petty.
Yeah. I thought
Great
she did
knowledge.
I thought she did a great job playing Tank Girl. And back then And I think the movie came out in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
Nobody
it
knew
was like
who Tank Girl
mid-90s, yeah,
was.
'cause I was-
Yeah,
it
no,
was-
you know, and when they were advertising it, I don't think they were like based on the graphic novel Tank Girl. You know what I mean? It was just like Lori Petty. There you go. Uncanny
Great
swag. Yeah,
job.
Justin with the knowledge. Dropping
yeah, man.
knowledge,
Point
son.
Break, baby. She's Point
All
Break.
right. All right. Tank Girl issue number 1. That's why she was in Point Break, right?
Yeah.
That's
All
one of my
right.
favorites too.
All right. Here we go. What's up next?
All right, here we go, folks. Veronica issue number 23, originally published in 1992 from Archie Comics. Now, Archie collectors have some of the stranger market trends. You have the long-running history of Archie and Friends with old, hard-to-find classic covers and appearances. Then you also have multiple covers with sexual innuendos. And then there's the Veronica and Betty in a bikini trend, and that's an actual thing. Many modern Betty and Veronica covers sell for like 30 to 50 bucks, usually with them in a swimsuit. Now, this trend is also very selective. For example, for non-variant covers, Veronica issue number 23 sold for a new high sale of 375 bucks and a 9.8. Another one is Veronica 28, which sells for about 100 bucks raw and had a high sale of $673 and a 9.8. Now, many collectors consider these covers as modern day good girl art that we mostly saw back in the golden age. Many collectors pass over Archie books. However, there's a lot of valuable books in these runs. Don't pass them over when you're out there digging. Man, look at that.
I always
Yeah.
skip the kids' Archie section. Always.
How can
have-
so few lines be so sexy?
Yeah,
know?
The Archie crowd is very they're hardcore. You know what I mean? I mean, they're really into it. I mean, going on to, didn't it spawn like Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yeah.
And all those things, and then you had that, and I still say today that Netflix show, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, is absolutely. I love it. I absolutely
Riverdale's
love
good
it.
too on CW.
Yeah, Riverdale. But when I first started watching Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I was really surprised at how dark it was. I mean, with Satan and everything, I was like, yo, I'm into it. I wish they would have kept on going. And the girl that played her, perfect, spot on.
Yep.
Playing Veronica, Sabrina. And it's interesting if you watch the show, it's very vague on what era it comes from, right? It's not like openly like, hell, it takes place in this time and this time, but then there's little nods where they play like music that's modern.
Yep.
You don't really see like people with cell phones. The cars are like, a little bit old. You don't see new cars, so it's pretty cool, man. Too bad they ended it, but Netflix, they, sometimes they just pull the plug and move on to something else. So Veronica, issue number 23 from 1992, hit a cool $375 for a 9.8. You Archie fans, boy. This book shocked me when I saw this, the price on this. What is the last shaker of the week?
Well, everyone may have a chance to get this one, possibly.
Oh, Lord
You
have
have an
mercy.
X-Men number 107, but it's the Mark Jewelers insert from Marvel Comics in 1977. So Mark Jeweler variants are a 4-page jewelry advertisement from the company Mark Jeweler that was included in the centerfold of a comic from August 1972 to July 1986. These were primarily found at military bases so soldiers could send their significant others gifts while they're away from home. Roughly 692 titles across both DC and Marvel contain these inserts and were given the term variant to distinguish them from copies that don't have the insert. An estimated 5% of the title's print run had the inserts. This rarity makes them very collectible today. If you find any of this in high grade, you'll luckily see high prices. That precisely is what we saw with the first appearance of the Starjammers and its massive new high sale of a CGC 9.8 for $13,859. Just for comparison, the standard 107's highest sale ever was $7,351 for a CGC 9.8, which is pretty much double for the premium of a Mark Jewelers insert. Thus used to get 10% of more from the standard cover, but that's no longer the case. It's getting almost basically double the price.
Wow. Come on, TiVo, drop that, pay that man, because that's ridiculous money right there. Good Lord. 14 grand.
That's ridiculous.
For the Starjammers, man. The
And if they ever
Starjammers.
pop, oof.
Come on, man.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
That's a great scene. I watched that whole scene just a couple of days ago, actually. That's a lot of McRibs, my friend. That's a lot of McRibs right there.
TiVo,
Gentlemen?
you're on mute.
You're muted, TiVo.
The print runs on this had to be pretty damn low since they were only on army bases. And, you know, guys on army bases were like, yo, let me just, they're doing whatever, flipping through comics. So getting a 9.8. There is a way to find out a Mark Jewelers insert without flipping through the books. If you look at it from the top down, just without opening it, you can actually see the Mark Jewelers insert. So if you ever go digging in them long boxes, there's a good way to find out if it's a Mark Jewelers insert. And, there's quite a few. Obviously, I'm trying to think what the biggest one is. Was it Star Wars #1 had a Mark Jewelers insert as well?
Man,
I
really?
don't know. I've only seen the 35 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
I'm
know about
confused
that
with the
one. I don't
35
think I've
cent,
ever
but
heard,
yeah. But
Maybe
if you get a
Hulk, did Hulk 181 have one?
Yeah, if you find a combination of a key,
high grade,
and Mark Jewelers insert, I meant, the market is just bonkers right now. So yeah, he goes Hulk 181 has a Mark Jewelers insert.
Oh my
The
goodness!
second appearance of the Hulk.
The second.
All right, boys and girls, those are the shakers, but don't go anywhere. We're gonna see what's shaking today. Justin, I don't know if you need to leave or if you want to hang out for a few more minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce. I gotta set up
All
a
right,
little bit. So
At 7 p.m., guys, go check out Justin's Whatnot page. Whatnot.
Oh, that's right.
He's having a Whatnot sale, so go peep out our boy Justin. Appreciate you for coming on, brother.
yep, absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. And thanks for coming on the Shaker Show. Peace out, everybody.
All right, thanks, Justin. All right, let's go see what's shaking today, boys and girls.
While we're doing that, this is a perfect time to go hit up the chat and say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us tonight. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, man. It's good for the algorithm.
I'll be sure.
Algorithm.
All right, so this is CovrPrice.com. You can see all the good stuff they have here. This is the weekly top 10. Oh, I'm
Ooh,
glad
look at that number one. I have
my
that right
LCS
here.
picked this up. I
here.
had this pulled, and I didn't go to my LCS last week, but they were kind enough to put it aside for me. So I do have that Art Adams. These are the weekly movers. Most units sold. You can see what's going on. 40 of that Strange Academy. 43 of this Avengers, but we're here to shake things up. So let's see what's shaking today, boys and girls.
Now, this is sorted the highest value sold to the, so when you're looking at this list, I just noticed this recently. I'd never noticed it before. So that top row, those top 6 are going to be the most valuable sold on this page. And then they progressively get a little bit
highest dollar amount. Yeah,
dollar
exactly.
amount, yeah.
So as you can tell, Hulk 181,
Good
7.5. 7.5.
You're showing off again, dude. 3 in the top.
6,000. Yeah, mine is a 7.0 though, so maybe it's not worth 6,000. I got. Wow, X-Men 94 Raw sold for 5,100. A Raw
Must have been
for 5,000. That's crazy. And of course, with I don't know if you guys noticed, there was a little Spider-Man trailer that dropped. So here's something you guys should go peep out. I know it's probably all over the place. Look for the Brazilian version of the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. And you will see that there is a weird little thing.
It's like 3 seconds, right? Or not even it's like 3 frames.
Well, the thing with the Brazilian trailer is they had a little extended scene, the scene where you see Sandman, Electro, and Lizard going at just Spider-Man. But for some reason, Lizard is at the bottom, not looking at Spider-Man. So
He taking a blow too.
Yeah, Marvel does this has done this before, where they've digitally altered the trailer so it doesn't give anything away. But in the Brazilian one, you can see it looks like the Lizard is getting punched by something or someone. So that tells me, that's either Toby or Andrew. My guess is it's Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, since Andrew Garfield is the one that fought, the Lizard. You know what I mean? So you got your usual suspects here, Sinister Six.
Tivo, how do you feel about people breaking these trailers down literally frame by frame and blowing things up. I feel like they're spoiling the movie for me a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's out there. I mean, you can choose to watch it or not watch it. So,
How do you not watch it? It's everywhere. It's in your Instagram feed. It's everywhere. Like the latest one is the Hobgoblin. They zoomed in on Goblin, and it's a different Goblin, bro.
The one you mean one is without his mask on?
Yeah, the one without his mask on.
Yeah, but it could be William Dafoe.
It's not. It looks like the kid Ned Leeds. They blew it up. You got to check the Instagram, man. It's crazy out there.
Well, maybe it's what's his name? It's Norman Osborn's son. Maybe it's what's his name? The actor that played him. I forgot his name already. Jesus. Look at that. We got some X-Men books in here. Kazar getting some love.
High grade. I can't believe there's a 9.2 in that.
So
book.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spider-Man books getting crazy. There's been some Kingpin rumors that Kingpin is going to be appearing in
There it is, James Franco.
Yeah, James Franco. Yeah, thank you. There's been some rumors that Kingpin's going to be in the show Echo, as well as Daredevil. Wolf by Night, Usual Suspects. What's
up with the Transformers?
What is up with this Transformers?
Why is that going on? 72.
Transformers number 72, the direct edition, $1,500 for 9.8.
Is it the final issue of the series? Is it a key? What am I missing?
No, some in the live chat. Tell me.
Somebody in the live chat. What's going on with that one?
Somebody will.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to go dig that one out of the bins over here.
First cover. Oh man, we got to talk EC.
Dude, those are so killer.
Look at this.
That is crazy.
Prime
that used to be on the newsstand, right?
Number.
Can you imagine the kids flipping through that?
Yeah, $1,240 for a 4.0. That is a gnarly cover from 1953. Imagine little Timmy bringing this home and Ma, Jimmy, what do you got? Ma, I just bought a comic. What the?
What the hell is this?
Here's another one. Crime Suspense Stories number 17. And this dude just, oh my God, he just got blasted through the head.
Oh my God.
That's
incredible,
this issue,
man.
EC's adaptation of a story by Ray Bradbury. Interesting.
Wow. They're literally blowing his head off on the cover.
Look at the top right hand corner.
Yeah, that's
dude.
brain matter exploding off the page right now. You don't
even see that now. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
$1,200 for a 6.
Comics are for kids.
Jeez.
Right?
Seduction of the Innocent, or whatever that thing was. What is it called? Some Mysterio love. Got to give my brother Voodoo.
Brother Voodoo, man. He's not. Is he coming? Is he not coming? What's going on with this?
He's most definitely he's coming in one way or another. This book has been slept on for a while, but $9.50 for an 8.5. I have an 8.5. I have 2 of them. See?
Ooh,
boom.
Man,
I own
showing
2.
off again.
I have an 8.0 and I have an 8.5. So I started buying them up when his brother appeared in Doctor Strange.
Ooh, that Predator. I have a 9.8 in that sucker. Yeah, baby.
There you go. 8.25. First appearance of the Predator in comics. This is a classic cover. Everybody in the 1989 when this came out, they were like, I need to get this. You know what I mean? Speaking of news, Dark Horse Comics is going to start doing Star Wars comics again.
Does that mean that Marvel is not going to be doing, or is that Dark Horse is going to be doing them in addition to Marvel?
Don't listen to certain websites and stupid ass people who hate Marvel. Marvel is still doing their main line. Apparently people don't read the actual text of it.
It's got to be in the first 10 sentences, or I'm done. If you don't, if it's on the headline or in the first 10 sentences, you're done.
Yeah, Dark Horse is doing an all ages comic. So basically they're doing what IDW is doing for Marvel right now with the Star Wars books. I don't know if they're going to be replacing IDW. I don't know if IDW's contract is up, but basically they're going to do an all ages version of Star Wars comics. But I think when it comes out, people are going to gravitate to it because, people have a lot of nostalgia for Dark Horse and their Star Wars stories. But Star Wars Marvel is still going to be doing their normal High Republic stuff and all that good stuff. So, but if you notice, IDW also does it right now, but they call them all ages comics. So basically they're more toned down. They're more for kids and whatnot. But yeah, so there you go. I love this cover, by the way. I have this in a 8.5.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely
I got
gorgeous.
One
This is a piece of art. This is a piece of art. First Battle of Silver Surfer vs. Thor, classic cover by John Buscema, first interior art by Sal Buscema. $800 for a 4.5. Man.
Yeah.
If and well, just when Silver Surfer and Thor meet, I don't know. This may not be. This book will blow up. The First Battle of Silver Surfer vs. Thor. Just mark my words and believe me.
That's one of
later.
my top 10 books right there. That's going to the grave with me.
Wow. I have this too. But I have a slab copy, but a raw copy just sold for $766 for Silver Surfer #1. That is crazy. And this book is hard to get in a high grade.
It's so hard.
Square
bound. The damn square bound.
I said it right for the first time. Finally, I always throw it off by saying double bound square. It's square bound.
No, it's square bound, and it always you get a split cover on that. It's just a tough book. I've gotten it low grade a couple times.
Wait, am I thinking? No, I'm not. So there was 2 X-Men 94s on this.
So there's got to be something different about one of them. That one's 25 cents. Go down to the other bottom one. See if there's a variant of it somewhere.
Oh, where to go?
Oh, yeah. So that there it is. No, 5.0.
No,
just a different grade.
This is a graded one. The other one is raw.
Graded one.
Oh no, this is a Mark Jewelers insert.
Jewelers.
Staying on topic. We were just talking about Mark Jewelers insert.
Very nice.
And a 5.0 Mark Jewelers insert sold for $693. See, this is where I didn't know this was on here, but this is one of those things where if it's a key issue and it's a Mark Jewelers insert, it's the perfect storm. There's, a lot of people collect those. I mean, it's been around for a long time.
I got a question for you. When I was growing up, Giant Size X-Men 1 was not the book to have. This book was the book to have.
It was X-Men 94?
It was X-Men 94 when I was Giant Size X-Men was like it was like a one shot or something. It was like it's out of continuity. That book doesn't count. It's not in the run.
Well,
94 was the book to have when I was a kid. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. It flipped.
It was like it was like an annual. I wouldn't say it's out of continuity because it is in continuity, but back then people didn't really care about these giant size books or annuals or whatnot. And, and after a while, I think what it was people realized that it's the first appearance of, Storm, Nightcrawler, Thunderbird. And then after, 93 picked up after all the reprints, right? So this is the first time where they're like all new, all different.
Yeah, it was the first time you had a new story.
New ongoing for it.
Hey, what's up with 121? That's first Alpha Flight? Or is that first cameo of Alpha Flight?
This is the second. First full. 120 is, 120 is, the market kind of decides, you know what I mean? So this is first full, but they actually appear in like the last, I think, pages of this. But I'm trying to remember because I read it. I remember if they were in shadows or not, but then there's also X-Men 109, which is the first appearance of Vindicator. But this is the first full appearance of Alpha Flight, $650 for 9.6. That seems pretty cheap to me. Here, let me show you in comparison.
That one right there.
We just flip back. So X-Men 120, first appearance of Alpha Flight, Sasquatch, Aurora, Shaman, Snowboard, and North Star.
That's a book. Look at that 9.6, 12 hundo.
Look at that. Highest known value, 10,600 for
that was just June of this year.
9.8. And if we...
It's a 9.6.
Let's see what the highest known value on an X-Men 121 is.
Yeah, we'll tell you what the market says.
9.8, only $3,000. So
there you go. 120 is the book to have.
Plus, this is a harder book to grade because of the black cover on the spine, at least. You know what I mean? White covers. I mean, people think they have a clean copy, but it's hard to find. Pressable defects. Shout out to the pressable defects. It's hard to find a defect on a white cover by just visual inspection. Here's Uncle TiVo's trick for you. take your finger and run it down the spine if it's an all white cover to
You'll
feel
feel it.
for it. Sometimes you have to feel for it, boys. You know, feel for it. You know what I mean? You know,
Feel
use all
on
your
it.
senses. Use all your spider senses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the? TiVo, you own 4 copies of freaking Nova 1, bro?
yeah.
Come on.
They're all slabbed too. So, but I don't have a 9.8. So
Are you specking
sorry.
on Nova, huh?
Way back when. Way back
Way
when.
back
Yeah.
when.
So, I mean, we'll see if it pops. I mean, it seems like everybody and their mother has a copy of Nova number 1. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, Nova's coming, so it's just a matter of time. But, you know, but at this point, I think I'm priced out of it. I think, you know, but, you know, I got my copies and I'm sitting on it. I have
Raiders
this one
down
too.
there.
There
Go down
you
to that
go.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. You've been calling that one for months now.
I have. Wow, a raw dog of Young Avengers. This is the Wizard World sketch variant. First appearance of a bunch of people.
Bunch of
$500 for a raw. 28.
I'm specking on that book. I'm specking on
Hell,
that book.
Hey, I'm not your financial advisor to you, all you people out there, but if you can get a 9.8 for 28.25, get it. Because when the Young Avengers do comes to the MCU, and it's coming, it's gonna blow up.
Oh, it's coming.
Which one? What you
Raiders. You've been talking about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I've been talking
for a
about Raiders
while,
of the Lost
man.
Ark
There
for
it
a
is,
while now.
popping, 9.8.
There's going to be a Raiders of the Lost Ark movie
Resurgence.
coming, and
when
this
that
is the
movie
first. This is the first appearance, and there may be another first appearance of Indiana Jones. Somebody was telling me, and there's also the further adventures of Indiana Jones, which kind of takes place in between movies and introduces some new characters. So you know, if you get priced out of this one, that would
It's
be
one
the
of my
one to
favorite
get.
movies of all time. One of my
But
favorites of all time.
nobody cared about movie adaptation comic books back in the day. But now, if a movie's made and there was a comic that made about it, then go out and get it. Like if there's a Matrix comic, get it. If there's an Avatar comic, get it. But unfortunately, Avatar comic is hard to find. Also, Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's a comic that's pricey too because it's actually part of a Star Wars book. But just anytime you hear a movie being made, just start searching to see if there was ever a comic for
Hold
it,
on,
right?
man. Get that crime suspense stories over there.
Yeah, like oh,
Good Lord.
that don't look right.
Dude, hold on. Oh, man. That's bad.
Yo, this dude about to chop this dude up.
He's about to
inside
chop
of his-
him up in the tub.
Oh
In the
my
tub.
God. Jolting tales of tension in the EC tradition.
Lord.
Another crime suspense. Somebody is buying up these crime suspense
Somebody's
stories.
buying
So from August 1954, $450 for a raw comic.
Raw.
That's pretty dope. Of course, Captain Britain is getting super hot right now.
Yeah, he is.
Here we go. Hey,
Here's your Pit
we've
Patrol. Just bought that. Come on, baby. Give me a
been
9.
talking about it, man. We've been talking about it. It was on a long-term spec list. So first appearance, Pip Patrol, 9.4 for $450. Not bad
Sending
at
it
all.
off to be graded right now.
I have one. Look at that. Back in September 25th, 2021, you could have got a 9.8 for $12.75. Hey, what do you think it is now? Probably
The next 9.8 that comes up is
Let me
gonna set
take
a
you guys
record.
behind the hood here, and let's see what 9.8s.
There's only 8 of them that have sold on there.
Yeah.
Look at that. So one just sold at 11.14 4 days ago for 1,080.
Yeah. Methinks you notice there's not a ton of them being, but look at from October.
Dude, what's the census on that? I bet you there's hardly any 9.8s on this damn thing.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is people are waiting to see Pip the Troll. I mean, he was in the, they're holding on to their books till he appears on the big screen is my guess. You know what I mean? Longshot getting some
What?
love. Look at that. This is the first appearance of Mojo.
Oh my goodness.
Great Art Adams. Look at that cover. So good. $425 for a 9.8. Good job. Good job. This is kind of
What is that, Venom?
I have a feeling this is the internal cover. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So this
the
is
remaster.
Venom number
He hates
1,
this
issue
cover,
number
right?
1. Yeah, this is awful.
This is awful.
Yeah, so basically what Marvel did, it's remastered. It's a 1 in 1,000. 9.8.
We had this on the show,
400.
didn't we talk about this? This was just
Yes,
like a sketch he
so
did
what
for
happens
somebody.
is Marvel took some of the old Todd McFarlane internal art and made covers from them, and Todd was none too happy about that. But then again, when is he happy? This is gorgeous. Look at this.
That is nice.
Spawn, the Bjorn.
Bjorn.
It's Bjorn, like Bjorn Borg, the
Bjorn
tennis.
Barons.
Virgin 1 in 50. That is absolutely gorgeous. $3.99 for a 9.8. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. That's one thing. Hey, look at that. People, are you specking on the Black Knight? It's Avengers number 47. First appearance of Dane Whitman. Later becomes a Black Knight. A 7.5 sold for $350. I might have to get mine graded. This book is reared its ugly head again. Look at that. The David Fitch 1/100. Do you remember when all the people thought that Ultimatum was going to be a storyline or whatnot, and because of somebody had said something, but Ultimatum ended up being an acronym for something else or something or other? But either way, it's still a dope cover.
Dope cover.
9.60 for $325. Would you look at that?
What do you know? New
First
series
appearance of
coming.
Hawkeye, right? Hey,
Right.
who else who is stoked for the new Hawkeye series? It
I'm
looks
pumped
great.
on
I can't
all
wait.
of this stuff. It's gonna
Two
be
episodes are going to be
fire.
dropping. 2 episodes are going to be dropping. $341 for a raw doggy.
Oh
47,000
my
for a
goodness.
9.8. Good Lord have mercy. I won't tell you guys my story of I'll tell you my story of Tales of Suspense 57. I bought a PGX 6.0. And yeah.
And what does that equal in other grading?
Absolutely shit, because it was trim pages and they didn't know.
Oh no!
Yeah,
It was
so,
fucking
yeah.
purple labeled.
No, So I cracked it and I was like, oh no. And then I sent it to CGC. Sure enough, it was like that. So I just said, you know what? I don't want to deal with PGX. I just sent it off. So this is dope. First appearance of Swordmaster. We had this, I think, on the Cover Price
we
Top
talked
10
about
as
this.
well. War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas, number 2. First appearance of Swordmaster, starting to creep up. 300 bones for a 9.8. That's not bad at all, man. Let's see if Finn Jones is getting any love.
Yeah, I'm sending
Marvel
one of those off
Premiere
to
number
CGC.
15. First appearance of Iron Fist, 316 for a
Down,
6.5.
Down.
Yeah, it is. Oh, whoa,
Star
whoa.
Trek, dude.
Star
Come
Trek
on.
just reared its ugly head again. Look at that. Star Trek number 2. People starting buying up Star Trek comics now. What the hell's going on, man?
Show me the cover to number 1. I want to see the cover now because I want to keep.
It was actually on our Shakers. We
Yeah,
looked
this
at
was
it
on the-
last week. Yeah.
Get that, man. I gotta find one of those.
First appearance of Star Trek, Raw Dog, $280. Highest known value, 20 grand. Hey,
Wow.
those Trekkies, are they Trekkers? I don't want to offend any Star Trek fans, but I do believe if you watch if you've seen fanboys that go, we're not Trekkies, we're Trekkers. You know that. Here's something you don't see every day. Buck Rogers, number 6. $275. Look at this copy. Look at that.
10 center.
From 19. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. From 1943, that is some really good art from 1943. If you look at it, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's some of the golden age art, from 1943. It leaves a lot to be desired, but that is pretty damn good. Live chat. Who did the cover for that? I don't know, but I just would like you to see if you know. We're right at 7:00 here, so we'll just go through just a couple more. Oh, this is gorgeous,
Dude. I have that. I finished that entire that run actually. A Southern Comic Geek, Jason, actually sold me the last 10 books that I needed, I believe, to finish that run.
That is absolutely gorgeous cover, man. Love that. Little John Byrne She-Hulk. No, it wasn't Deadpool broke the fourth wall first. It was She-Hulk who broke the fourth wall first. This is She-Hulk number 40. $275 for a raw comic. Damn. What is going on in this crazy world we live in? Speaking of breaking the fourth wall, here's Deadpool. 1991. And you may say, hey, he appeared before She-Hulk did. No, he didn't appear before She-Hulk did. But, it wasn't until, what's his name, took over that he really started breaking the fourth wall. I forgot his name, but, oh, look at this. This is dope. I love this homage. Marvel Zombies homage to the X-Men comic. $250
Was that
for
X-Men number 4?
Yeah. Look at that. That's pretty dope. And with Marvel Zombies coming up, all the zombie stuff is coming up. All right, boys and girls, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you appreciate us going through and see what's shaking today. You too can see what's shaking, but if you only have a minimum membership, I think you only see like the first 10. For $6.99 a month, you get to see all 50 shakers, and it changes on a daily basis. So I really appreciate everybody in the live chat hanging out with us. I know you got a lot of stuff to do. So there you go, man. JB, any last words?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for the crowd tonight. We had another fantastic crowd. I think this is the best live chat on YouTube. I'm just biased because I'm on the show, but man, thanks for hanging out with us. Give us that thumbs up on your way out if you guys enjoyed the show. I'll see you next Thursday. And I just dropped my top 10 personal picks video early, so go check that out. Yeah, it's only like 3 minutes and it's to music. So boom.
There you go. All right, JB. I will see you guys maybe Sunday for Letters from Longbox with Mikey Sutton. If not, we will see you guys next Tuesday. And don't forget, mark your calendars. Black Friday sale coming this next Friday. Oh my God, is it next Friday already? Holy cow.
Look at that, man. Black Friday already.
I'm not even doing anything for Thanksgiving. We're bypassing family. Me and the lady are going to Disneyland on Thanksgiving just to get away from both families. To go do our thing, man.
Get away from everybody.
All right. For JB, Nemesis Prime, this is TiVo. Keep digging in them long boxes. I'm going to get you guys outro old school style.
Old school.
Wait, that's too old school. I got to find
too
the
old
other
school?
one.
I was starting my dance. I was getting my groove on.
Where is that one? I think it's...
Cheers, everybody.
This one. All right. Peace out, all.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
Laugh it up, fuzzball. In this, you shall know that the Lord is update.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is update. In this, you shall know that the Lord is update.
Go on and get some, boys. What the heck is the deal? I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is update.
What's in the box?